One very hot topic here at Forte Group is how can we be maximizing our productivity using AI in absolutely everything that we do? When it comes to software development, that is more of a straightforward case because we have a lot of tools at our disposal that can generate code, as well as unit tests, as well as create user stories, and there's a nice fit. The only challenge really is in keeping guardrails around what we use in production so that we're not creating security vulnerabilities or compliance issues such as copyright infringement from suggested code. Nor do we want to train models with code that's highly proprietary. But that aside, we have a framework that we've developed that will help measure that ROI, not just in software development, but many other tasks. So we have this white paper that we've written that details a framework for making the calculation of ROI for different AI enhancements. And it starts with a baseline and then the efficiency gains, and then it arrives at a multiplier. Now, this has been the subject of a separate video. The reason why I'm recording this today is to give a brief example of how AI can really accelerate productivity in any task, specifically though, in software development. And this isn't necessarily an endorsement of ChatGPT, but it occurred to me that I would like to have a calculator so that I can essentially use this framework and calculate my productivity multiplier, my AI multiplier, in a software development context. So, through a series of prompts, I asked ChatGPT to create a web app that uses the AI multiplier. I fed it the white paper. It gave me a plan using the calculation in the white paper. I had to make some adjustments. It didn't get everything right the first time. And then, after some more prompts, getting the drop-down selections correct, I was able to finally use this app. And this is what it looks like. This took me about 10 minutes. I don't have this deployed anywhere for production use, but I easily could. I can take one of these velocity selections. I can use these different efficiency selections. I can use these different quality selections. Let's just say sprint velocity, cycle time, escape defects. I put in my baseline values. Well, I'm usually doing 40 story points for sprint. I'm usually getting through, I don't know, let's say 10 user stories. And I'm usually encountering 10 escape defects. These are just made up numbers. They don't really mean anything at all. I'm just getting some values. Let's say with AI assisting us with coding and with writing unit tests and deploying and creating user stories and what have you, we're able to increase our velocity to 60. That's very modest, but let's just say for use of example, our cycle time means that we can now churn through 15 tasks, and our escape defects has now dropped down to, let's say, a very respectable 2, because we see a lot of gains on the automation side and on the testing side. And this gives me my AI multiplier, just like we described in the paper. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Again, this is just a simple example of two things: a practical use case for our AI multiplier from our framework, and hey, I created this web app in about 10 minutes. This may have taken me half a day if I had sat down to do this and write all the code by hand.